Hi kids, let's follow with the story. Sultans to Sepoy Mutini, The Cat of Many Lives, Chapter 2. It wasn't raining anymore. In fact, it was quite warm. All of a sudden, the sky was dark, but it wasn't the darkness of a rainy afternoon in Chennai. This was the deepening darkness of a summer evening in North India. Thump, thump, thump. There it was again. What could that sound be? Manu and Amu crouched down behind what looked like a tent in a vast open camp. Manu, I'm scared, said Amu in a small voice, clutching her brother's hand. Don't worry, Amu, said her brother, though his voice held a quicker too. At that moment, both children felt a warmth around their legs, and looking down, they saw that Butterball, the tomcat, was standing between them. Oh, Butterball, said both children together. You are here too, said Manu. Now I am not scared, added Amu. Butterball just purred louder as he stared unblinkingly at the children. Thump, thump, thump. That sound was coming closer. Suddenly, a man wearing a military uniform, like the sketches in Manu's history text, came around the corner of the tent. He was carrying a spear and a stout stick, which he was banging into the ground. So that was the sound, thought Manu, with one part of his mind, even as he looked around frantically for a place to hide. But it was too late. Manu thrust Amu behind him, trying to protect her, when he noticed that Butterball hadn't moved a bit, nor had he stopped purring. He looked a bit different, though, more grey than white, and thinner too. Puzzled, Manu looked up. The sentry was striding on. He hadn't seen them, though they were directly in his line of vision. Hey Amu, I think we are invisible, said Manu. Oh, what fun, whispered Amu excitedly. But where are we? Just then they heard voices coming from the tent beside which they were standing. Manu and Amu realized that the voices were not talking in English or any language they were familiar with, but yet they could understand what was being said. The people in the tent seemed to be discussing battle strategy. Ibrahim Lodi has 100,000 soldiers and 1,000 war elephants, and we have just 12,000 soldiers, one voice was saying. Stop being pessimistic, said another powerful voice. We don't need numbers, we just need to use our brains, and we can easily finish off this Sultan of Delhi. What's your plan, Baba? Asked a third voice. Amu, I think we have gone back in time, whispered Manu, trembling with excitement. I think we are at Panipant, just before the battle between Ibrahim Lodi, Sultan of Delhi, and Barbar, who was a Turk. Barbar was commanding an army of Mughals, and he marched into India to conquer the country. Was it very long ago? Asked Amu, awed. Yes, I think the year was 1526, replied Manu. Tomorrow, the 21st of April, said a voice from the tent. Our army has been marching for almost 3 months. Now, the soldiers are tired of this heat. They want to go back to the chilly mountain of Kabul. They don't like the food. They don't understand the language. Do you really think they'll fight well? We have been hanging around here for days now. What on earth is this Sultan waiting for? Why can't he get his armies into battle formation? Grumbled yet another voice. Our spies tell us that the Sultan has consulted astrologers and he's waiting for the best time to start the war. Another voice replied. My generals, I know it's hard, but I don't want you to feel negative, said the powerful voice the children had heard before. The Sultan may have vast forces, but remember we have the Turco-Mongol bow and the gunpowder and the cannons too. You are right, Babar, said one of those in the tent. We must keep our spirits up. It won't be long now. All of a sudden, it was dawn. The call to battle rang out. There was noise and shouting all around, the clang of sword against sword, the hoarse shouts of men as they parried and thrust their spears, and the wild neighing of horses. The air was thick with dust, and the wind whistled as the arrows shot from the powerful Turco-Mongol bows found their targets again and again. Everywhere there was searing smell of gunpowder and the nauseating odor of fresh blood. Manu and Amu huddled together. Let's continue in the next chapter. Thank you. Let's see soon, kids. Bye bye.